What is up, everybody, and welcome back to another Epic 7 stream. It is your boy, Mashuu.
Your late night frog, Geguri.
And how is everyone doing today, yo? It's been some time, a couple weeks, and that since especially like the last one had like a bunch of stuff going on with it, right?
Yeah, and this is one of those things that's gonna show up, as you guys know.
Exactly. You guys
Yeah.
already saw the picture. You guys may already know what may be happening, but yeah, I mean, we'll go ahead and get on along with that as people trickle on in. But before that, I'm gonna go ahead and release the code for this week's box. Make sure to do it 3 leaves and 300k gold. And Giggity, can you guess what it is?
Guys, based off of previous codes, right? What do you think it is? Right? News unit.
Pause, champ.
News unit.
Pause, champ. Everyone's ready, waiting to go. Eris? No. Arya. There you go. So you guys go ahead and put an exclamation point code in the chat. You guys should have it somewhere in there, but it should be Arya. So Arya, I'll go ahead and post it as well in the YouTube chat and pin that to the top. The code in this case is Arya, so make sure to get your 3 leaves and 300k gold on top of that.
It's just Arya.
Just Arya. Just straight up Arya. Dude, usually it's like some like Arya plus some convoluted like number system afterwards, but this time it's just simple. It's just Arya.
You know why? You know why? It's because you could barely fit Arya in that text box.
No. Oh my gosh. Anyways, Giggity, as what we usually do, we usually give a rating for the stream. This time around, what are you feeling is your rating for today's stream?
Pretty exciting, because you guys saw in the in-game banner what's coming up, but there's some other spicy stuff too.
Yep, there's still some other spicy stuff as well.
Yeah, but for this stream, I'll give it an unconventional 2 big zeros.
2 big okay.
Two big zeros, guys.
Listen, what the heck?
2 big zeros.
I'll give it a 80,084 out of 10. There you go. Huge number for the huge stream, okay? And you guys already know how it is. And with that, we're gonna go ahead and start, guys, and bring you guys the news. And make sure to get that code, as I said before, Arya, so you can get your 3 leaves and 300k gold. But let's go ahead and start. So, what will be showing off today? We have the new episode coming out, episode 4-5 in Recluse's Forest, alongside new hero Arya, a new side story, and guild mission improvement.
Ooh. I know you guys been asking for that a lot, right? The guild mission improvements.
Yeah, especially since we changed like the whole weekly system. We've been hearing you guys out, so we'll go over what exactly has been changed from that as we move forward. But first off, a new episode, chapter 5, is coming out, Recluse's Forest. So Giggity, what does Recluse's Forest have for us coming into this?
Well, for those of you that love the lore, Aiden heads for the Recluse's Forest to find Teiyu and the Sealed Spring Sword. While there, she learns more about the past of the Shadow Elves, who once fought alongside the Wicked. The Wicked.
Oh my gosh. But yes, Recluse's Forest will be following Aiden, as we said before. She is our MC. It'll be interesting to see what this Shadow Elf Forest, I mean, depending on how that new character Arya is like, I'm pretty interested.
We'll see.
But moving on from chapter 5, there'll be another shop there too that you guys will be able to spend some AP currency on, gets a little more catalyst and everything else such like that. You guys can find more on that in the stove post that'll be posted up. Moving on though, we have Arya, guys. It is a ice mage with Taurus, the Shadow Elves' leader who dreams for prosperity for her people. Of her people.
Oh man.
And here is her preview video. Check it out.
I do not regret any choice I made for the sake of my kind. I'll let you know what sets me apart. I'll be with you. The power of the shadows.
아리아는 과거 나탈론으로 이주해 정착했던 그림자 엘프의 첫 번째 지도자 레단의 장녀입니다. 엘라시아에서 태어났던 아리아는 고통 속에 있는 인간과 수인들을 도와주려는 아버지가 존경스러웠고 나탈론으로 향하는 길이 자랑스럽기만 했습니다. 그러나 인간과 수인들은 양측을 도와준 그림자 엘프를 향해 손가락질과 탄압을 시작했고, 그러던 중 아버지가 인간과 수인연합에 의해 목숨을 잃게 되자 아리아는 자신의 동족을 지키기 위해 특단의 선택을 내리게 됩니다. 아리아는 냉기 속성 5등급 마도사입니다. 효과 적중과 효과 저항이 높은 편이며 각인 집중으로 자신의 방어력을 더욱 올릴 수 있습니다. 2스킬 어둠의 인도자. 치명 확률이 최대 30% 증가합니다. 생명력이 낮아질수록 치명 피해가 증가합니다. 최대 50%까지 증가합니다. 스킬 사용 후 집중이 최대라면 모두 소모하여 암연기를 사용합니다. 암연기는 적 전체를 공격하여 강화 효과를 2개 해제하고 행동 게이지를 30% 감소시킵니다. 자신의 방어력에 비례해 피해량이 증가합니다. 3스킬 그림자의 시간. 그림자의 힘으로 자신에게 2턴간 방어력 증가, 반격을 발생시킵니다. 자신을 제외한 아군 전체에게 2턴간 은신, 보호막을 발생시킵니다. 보호막은 자신의 방어력에 비례해 증가합니다. (1스킬) 그림자 부르기. 그림자로 대상을 포함한 2인을 공격하여 최대 50% 확률로 1턴간 명중 감소를 발생시킵니다. 자신의 방어력에 비례해 피해량이 증가합니다. 소울 20개 사용 시 추가 턴이 발생합니다. 아리아의 아티팩트 그림자에서. 마도사 전용 아티팩트입니다. 그림자 마법을 통해 계약한 소환물을 소환하는 두루마리입니다. 자신의 턴이 아닐 때 공격 시 피해량이 최대 16% 증가하고 공격 후 50% 확률로 대상에게 1턴간 무작위 약화 효과를 발생시킵니다. 이때 무작위 약화 효과는 방어력 감소, 속도 감소, 침묵, 강화 불가 중 하나입니다. 종족의 번영을 꿈꾸는 그림자 엘프의 지도자 아리아는 4월 7일부터 소환 확률업을 통해 만나실 수 있습니다. 고맙습니다.
And there you guys have it. Here's our newest hero coming out. It is Arya, a Ice Mage Taurus, as I said before. She's bringing a lot of kit, really interesting kit, like to say one, right? It's not, I feel like, I don't know. Like, I'm trying to think of like how to use it, but currently against like the current stuff that's out, especially for turn 1, she's gonna struggle with at times, but we'll see what ends up happening. Okay, attack. You know, her health's pretty high. Speed is 115, so pretty decent. And then her high defense, because she's a mage. A lot of mages have high defense on that end. The crit chance here is a lot due to her passive here, so that ends up going to 45, I believe, at max. And crit hit damage. She gets passive crit damage as well on top of that. Just pretty decent overall stats, right? And then moving on. So her first skill. So talking about her first skill, it attacks 2 enemies with a 50% chance at max effectiveness for Mola. For hit chance, which is pretty nice. You want to land on the squishies for this end because they're the ones dealing the most damage. And she has the soul burn of granting an extra turn, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's just looking to be like a tanky bruiser unit that, you know, you guys remember the counterattack from her S3? It'll
Exactly.
benefit a lot from the AoE S1 as just debuffing, applying defense scale damage, and just all
Exactly.
over
And
the place.
this is like something that you have to think about too. So it's similar to like how Milim works and how her passive works, in which as soon as she builds all that focus, she explodes, right? She
Just,
can't
let's
contain
go.
herself. She just lets go. You S3 and then she gets attacked twice, builds full focus and goes ham. It'll be pretty interesting to see. Like, I'm trying to think of a way to use this in the beginning if you do end up running her on tags. I don't think you would. Maybe if you just need souls for the rest of your team on like certain setups, but yeah.
Either way, maybe like depending on the scaling too, like because for all we know,
that's the biggest thing I want to see too, especially because defense scaling, right? She's a defense another defense scaling unit. So we've had a couple in the past. We and then updated one. We had Dilibet, Design a Little Bit come out with a recent change. So all of your defense, scaling stuff is going to all these new units alongside what Lionheart Sermia, which also just came out. Which we saw, which works really well against her, especially because penetrating defense. And then we have Guide of Darkness. So this is a massive boost for her damage, depending, right? So we'll see how the multipliers end up hashing out on that end. But she does get a bunch of crit damage and crit chance. Crit chance here for free is a lot. 30% at max, which is huge. And then attacking all enemies and dispelling two buffs on that end, while decreasing combat readiness. And this is all still while being defense scaling on this end, right?
Yeah.
Granted, yeah, go ahead.
Oh yeah, any amount of crit chance that you don't have to build just makes the character entirely much more easier to build, right?
So this is more for sure of like your first like bruisey tank. I'm trying to think of like other bruisey mages on that end, and the only other one I can think of right now is like AD Meru, right? The only thing is that you're missing the damage here that compared to ML Sermia. So ML Sermia's damage is a lot bigger, so we'll see how this ends up turning out for the actual multipliers and whatnot. And then her third skill, so Umbral Hour. This skill for me, it was really interesting to like actually try and delve deep into, right?
Yeah.
So this is like an activator for Politis. This is an activator for Edda on your end. If you want to use it, increased defense is always good, and counterattack obviously is a really good buff to have. And then granting stealth and barrier to everyone. The barrier, we'll see how big the barrier strength ends up being in proportion to defense, but I do see it that it could be good. So like the barrier is there obviously for Politis' sake. So like let's say you bring this against Politis, at least hopefully the barrier is big enough where it won't pierce that that stealth, so you won't be able to hit the other units. And even if it does, at least it mitigates a lot of damage, right?
It's actually like the exact opposite of Para now that I think about it. She gives herself the barrier and the stealth, whereas this one, you give everyone else the stealth and the barrier, right?
Yeah, and this time it's like you're trying to force your opponent's hand for attacking this single unit overall.
Yeah.
Ooh, which one? Oh man, I'm trying to think of like other ways this could like work around and end up working out, right? Bring her along things with dual attacks would be really good too in this case. So things like Conquer Lilius, of course, and Cerise, regular Lilius, your other units that just bring along dual attack or another unit.
Some RNG dual attacks here and there.
Knowing you, Geguri, knowing you, that is something for sure on your end that you would love. But yeah, and then so like the way I thought about this in my head, right? The easiest way I thought about this, I was like, hey, she has 115 base speed. You could build her really fast if you want to give guiding light to like all of your units. And either way, stealth is like a damage mitigator for AoEs and barrier on top of that, which is just overall nice.
Yeah.
So I really want to see how she'll end up being used overall in the current meta, especially with World Arena and everything else coming out soon, alongside those double pre-bans and high top tier.
I just can't wait for people to start testing her out, because I'm sure everyone's gonna take her on a little bit.
And she does come out next week. So
yeah,
like
next
week. Next week you guys will be able to grab her. Now, okay, so let's talk about this artifact, Geguri.
This is the cherry on top. Like this is like it complements her so well.
Yeah, at first I was like, yo, okay, this is kind of cool. And then I was just like, wait, like the unit's cool, and I'm like, wait, what the heck? What the heck is this? I was like, bruh, This with AD Meru is gonna provide so much debuff potential for a team.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my! And people are saying MLR Minta as well on top of that. Like this could bring back a bunch of like stacking debuffs. I'm talking about counter Dizzy's coming back. I'm talking about F10A with her shuffle, stuff like that. AD Meru, which people already know about. Even using this alongside your mages who just end up dual attacking with other people. That also will end up like, oh my god, this is kind of crazy. It's not as much damage, I think, at the end of the day as you'd be getting with AD Meru compared to like the F10A artifact. So because F10A is just straight 1k, right?
Mm.
But this is really interesting.
Yeah, it depends on what you're looking for, right? If you
Mhm.
want the damage route, you go the F10A artifact. But if you want these like selected debuffs, like if you look at these debuffs, the list is very specific and they're really good debuffs, right? If
Yeah.
you're looking for those, then you could go for a more tankier route just to apply these more often.
Yeah, and you're going for like, oh hey, I want to debuff the crap. These are really good debuffs too. We're
Yeah.
talking about Death Break, decreased speed, which like could mess up turn cycling for people. Silence, like unbuffable. Oh yeah, and people are wondering what AD Mirror is. I keep saying AD Mirror. We're talking about Arc Demon Mercedes, or not? Sorry, Arc Demon Shadow. So it's ADS technically. I'm just used to calling it AD Mirror just because like that's what it was when I first saw it. But yeah.
Who knows? Maybe normal mirror too. She's also a mage. She attacks twice.
No, Geguri. I think no.
She counterattacks.
Magic for Friends is overall just the best artifact for her, okay?
Fine.
Unless you want to like surprise someone all of a sudden with like, hey, surprise, tag a health.
Keep your eyes open for my mirror.
But yes, ADS, Archdemon Shadow in that case, yes. But yeah, 16 damage increase is quite a bit. If you think about it this way, plus 15, you're getting half of that, right? So you're getting a 12% damage increase at plus 15, which is not bad at all. But yeah, that is all the stuff that is coming out for Arya. A lot of stuff to look forward to. Huge personality, you know.
What's up with that?
What?
Our last two ice units.
What about
big personalities? There we had Arya.
No, it just so happened to be like that.
We had Pera. No. What other units came out recently that had big personalities?
No. See, because we had Bad Cat, right? We had ML Sermia, right? Granted, we had ML Flan too. So Captain Flan on that end.
He used to be a water unit though.
But anyways, Geguri, moving on. We have a new side story alongside Arya. They'll be coming out called Diverging Fates. You'll be hopping to Arya's side story, see everything she has to offer, her backstory, her everything. For those guys who really like Arya or end up liking Arya. Hopefully she'll show up in episode 4.5 as well. I want to see her there.
I'm sure she will. It involves the Shadow Elves.
Shadow Elves, yeah. And she's the leader.
Yeah, the Shadow Elves. Yeah.
But guys, after this, we do have the guild mission improvements. So weekly missions will now award more guild points, and we've lowered the difficulty overall for the weekly missions. I believe it's like less people have to do it now overall, even if you're completing like only some of it. So we'll see how that ends up turning out. We're obviously still talk about feedback that we do gain from this, guys. So keep sending us that feedback so we know exactly how to tune it to help out those guilds who are kind of like on the lower end or just started and have like only a couple people who are playing to be able to get those rewards in, right? And what else in the guild war guild stuff that's happening, like Geguri?
Oh yeah. We're not gonna showcase it directly on the stream, but we can just mention it. If you guys remember, 2 of the speed gears from the Ancient Inheritance you can now buy in the member shop in the guild for Brave Crests. Not armbands, Brave Crests. So now you guys can finally use that. So that's pretty good.
But yeah, you guys will be able to see that on the stove notice. So make sure to check out the stove notice as we've said before, to check out all the small details that we weren't
Yeah.
fully going over during this stream, guys. So make sure to check
Yeah.
that out. There is a bunch of other things like the exact like reward systems and everything else that may be on there, like book of memories stuff that we're not talking about. But yeah, check that out. And moving on, we have World Arena Resolution season begins. There's a lot of people looking towards this resolution season, and it is well worth, guys. On 3/31, that is right after tomorrow, or technically today's. Is that today? No, yeah, it's today's maintenance.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so it's right after the maintenance that happens later today, if you guys are PDT time, or tomorrow, technically on 3/31 after maintenance. The arena season or World Arena season will begin. But guys, there's something else that is also coming that we have talked about before. And I know you guys are talking about frenzy changes, so there is some changes that are happening still, and we've talked about them. More on that in the stove post. You'll be able to see it about what exact changes are on there. We've sent you guys feedback over as well, so maybe we'll be changing it as it goes on, but we'll have to see and test things out as it goes. But for now, guys, the big thing that is coming as well to World Arena season, it is World Arena Global and Japan server merge. So guys, Japan server now will be able to see us in World Arena. You guys know it already. You guys will be able to fight all the Japanese and see how they end up being in the meta. I know a lot of people were wondering, right? They're like, oh no, I wonder how Japan server is doing for meta, because they're like a lot different. They have like a very fast paced, like kind of like set. A lot of people I know from their Geguri were like running full revenge sets, like top tier like revenge sets on like all their units, and I'm like, holy crap, what?
I wonder. It's like you just hop into RT and all like the most random units, and you just get absolutely blown away, just like a lot, and all of a sudden you just lost. Like
Japan server, dude. For all we know, it's like they're gonna have like the craziest like different style of meta. We do see it right now, and we're pretty integrated alongside the Korean meta and alongside global meta as well, because we do have like a lot of top tiers always like battling out alongside Europe server as well. We do have some people from Europe server, and it'll be really interesting to see how big of a splash they make, right? I really want to see it, especially with E7WC on the rise. Yeah. That is one big thing. Japan name equal insta yield. That's so much. Who knows? Who knows?
No, you have to see not a Japanese name. You have to see the Japanese like server. You know.
Yeah. Oh, if you guys did miss the unit preview, don't worry. This VOD will be up alongside the actual just preview video as a whole on YouTube for you guys to watch on that end as well. And if you guys are just coming in, make sure to type in ! code or see the code that's at the top for YouTube chat. It's Arya. Just type that into the box. Get your 3 leaves and 300k gold. And more so on that end, we'll be moving along. Now going on to the drop rates that are currently coming up. We have the drop rate up for Ludwig alongside Time Matter. And if your time matters, then you should get this Ludwig if you feel like it. Right, Geguri?
Did Ludwig not have a... Why is it time matter?
It's been a while since he had like a one, right?
Oh, I'm wondering about like the artifact pairing, because normally every hero has their own artifact, right? But
he doesn't have an artifact.
But why is it time matter?
Now that I remember, right? I
believe it's but isn't like time matter like Yuna's thing?
True. I mean, it's Kazan, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, moving on along.
Yeah, moving on.
The real drop rate up is with Arya coming out next week. Scroll of Shadows as well. I know I'm going to pick myself up a copy of the artifact as well. Maybe 2, honestly. Because it might be good. I don't run that many mages, but it is my second most class, so I might build. Depending on how I feel. Yeah, I'm really curious.
What's the difference between 8% and 16%, right?
It's quite big. It's double.
It's not like
Giggity.
it's not. It's okay.
Oh my gosh.
If you're good
Anyways.
enough, you'll make up for the 8%.
I'll be pulling that alongside Arya and building her up as well. This Arya seems like a pretty interesting unit overall, and I do want to test her because she seems really fun and really interesting. Like forcing a unit to hit you or forcing your opponent to play around this unit is really big.
Yeah.
And we'll see how that ends up working out in the future, especially with double pre-bans coming out soon, right?
Yeah.
For the high end. And then we do have the change of Mystic Summon rotation. So make sure to get your Captain Flan if you guys are end up putting her. And the next Mystic Summon rotation is Mediator Kaweric, otherwise known from the community as Hand Guy, because I mean, look at him. He's just, all he does is hold his hand.
Yeah. I'm not even looking at his face, I'm just looking at his hand.
Alongside that, we have Celestial Mercedes joining him for that Mystic Summon rotation next week with Arya on the banner. So make sure to check that out if you guys do end up wanting Hand Guy. And last but not least, we have the coin shop rotation, which is changing on 4/1 for April Fools on April, which is Spectre Tenebria alongside Solitaria of the Snow. So the big one being Solitaria of the Snow, I feel. Spectre Tenebria, she's good. If you don't have her already, you guys should end up picking her up. I mean, she is in the Moonlight Blessings thing. Yeah, Solitaria of the Snow, if you guys do end up having enough coins on that end. A really good unit that has been picking up a lot of pace. And if Arya ends up being good, she would counter Arya because she does lower down that focus to make her stop S2ing so much. Yeah, overall, just a lot of debuffs on that end. Elena, pretty decent into what she's good to. A little harder to run lately. Alencia, same thing. She hasn't seen a lot of play lately, but she's still really fun to use. And yes, that is it for today, Mr. Geguri.
That's a lot of stuff.
Quite a bit of stuff. Quite a bit of stuff.
Compared to the last week, not as much, but this week it's like a lot of good quality of life and the lady.
The lady.
The lady.
Arya. She has a name, Geguri. Look up. It's it's on the top. It's like it says Arya.
What element was she again?
Oh my god, she's ice. She's an ice mage and she's Taurus. She gains a bunch of crit chance and she has the 18 effectiveness and 18 FRS.
Innate counter and everything.
Elements displayed. Oh, dude, I love it when we go to videos because me and Geguri are legit just watching chat like pop off, and it's honestly the best. But yeah, as for balance patch, I know people are wondering whether balance patch is coming out right now, but it'll be coming out later in the week, as per usual. You guys will check it out then. Don't worry on that end, guys. But that has been all for us. And make sure you get that code Arya, exclamation point code, get your 3 and 300k gold. And yeah, any other closing thoughts, Geguri?
2 big zeros out of 10. Man.
2 big All right, it's been great, guys. Have a good night from us here. Good morning wherever, if you guys are morning time, or good evening. But yeah, we will see you guys next time. It's your boy Mashuu.
Your Arya loving Geguri.
And we'll see you guys next time. Peace out.
See ya.